Ladies and gentlemen, this is Rick Smooth, and we are back on the road again. I wanted to talk about professional wrestling. I'm somewhere near Trenton right now, and it's time to talk pro wrestling. I'm really excited about Monday Night Raw and Tuesday Night SmackDown being in the hands of Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff. Now, I wanted to talk about this, and I wanted to talk about the things I've already seen being done in the first couple weeks of all this. I can't wait to watch it tomorrow night, Monday Night Raw. It'll be my first live Paul Heyman broadcast because I've been watching all the highlights on everything on YouTube. I'm still trying to get caught up with technology, and Comcast Cable in Philadelphia has not really been the most user-friendly cable company to have over these last 10 years. With that being said, I want to talk about what I've seen with WWE's camera work. I've noticed that there's a new style of camera work that they are using that is very similar to FaceTime on Facebook. I've been seeing a little bit of a tint. I've been seeing a little bit of a new kind of clearer picture that is going to remind us 20 years from now the times that we're living in. And I think that that's a very, very cool thing that they're experimenting with. I think that they should keep experimenting with that because I think that they're going to stumble upon new waves of innovating camera work. On top of that, I've seen that the storylines are getting edgier. The promos are a million times better than what they were, let's say, over the last 10 years. The Undertaker stepping into his role, you could tell his backstage demeanor that he's always gotten a lot of credit for, which is always looking out for the team. You could tell that he's out there looking out for the team right now with these legendary promos he's cutting. On top of that, you're seeing guys like Ricochet, who's really showcasing his athletic ability and his ability to be able to do the indie style, innovative, high-flying kind of thing, and being able to do it in a way that, you know, makes him stand out as a top contender for this world title. Brock Lesnar stepping into his role, Paul Heyman, you know, pulling some, kind of almost Eric Bischoff-like NWO kind of move, getting the belt on him. I thought that was another interesting thing. Seeing that happen live on when I was at the show the other night in Philly, that was a turning moment. You know, once your guys got the belt, then I mean, from there on out, you just hold it down. So right now, we just started a new thing, which is wrestling related, but not necessarily what you would normally see in the wrestling business, and that is Birdcliff TV. Birdcliff was an artist colony out in Woodstock, New York, down by Bearsville, that has been functioning and doing very innovative work that's way ahead of their time from the early 1900s, and then was modeled by the the hippies kind of launched off of it and did their own thing with it. And Birdcliff TV hopefully will, hopefully be able to inspire and showcase the old school way of individuals that were from that time period, whether it be, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and, we're trying to keep it old school. We're not trying to really go the millennial route. And I think that the generation that I was in, Generation Y, which was, basically the kids that grew up listening to hip-hop and gangster rap, I think that we're a different generation than the millennials, and I just want to make that clear right here on Back on the Road. Now I want to shift back to pro wrestling, all right? Pro wrestling, a lot of these guys are being put into storylines that can either be considered unbelievable, which I think is a little bit of a Vince Russo thing that I think that Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff need to watch out for. Some of the millennials, and it's no disrespect to any of them because I wish everybody the best in the business, but it's obvious that there needs to be more people like Stan Hansen and Bruiser Brody, and I know that these guys are irreplaceable guys, and I think that's maybe the trouble with what Vince is experiencing with some of this stuff, but the millennials are going to have to do something so different because what they're up against is a total size difference, a total look difference, and a total demeanor thing. You know, back in the day, it was all about being a freak, being a weirdo, and standing out. That was the American thing. That's what made America cool. But what's going on today is you got a bunch of guys doing this soap opera routine, and it's not the best acting, and it's not how do I say, you know, believable to the average wrestling fan who wants to go see a fight, who wants to go see a wrestling match, who wants to go see a sport, you know, activity, or somebody that does want to see the TV aspect of it. You know, I have to say I love the TV aspect of it, but it's still, you got, you know, the kinks are still being worked out, and I don't expect it to happen overnight. But I just want to be a reminder, and I hope to solidify that something very special right now is happening with pro wrestling. So anything I could do to help, please, Paul E., Eric, Vince, any of you guys, please give me a call. I'd be down to help out the team. And AEW, much love. I want to say that it's just so nice to be able to see cats like Dustin Rhodes and Cody Rhodes doing their thing. I gotta say, I am proud to be a pro wrestling fan again. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud to be in the business. I am proud to be along some of the greatest performers, artists, you know, bodybuilders, and overall, you know, workers in the business, and minds, and you know, the psychology of all this stuff is so beautiful. I would like to see more of it applied in the world, because if it makes sense in pro wrestling, it makes sense in the world. So this is Rick Reinhardt, aka Rick Smooth, aka Ricky the Dangling Steamboat. And I just wanted to say, peace out. We are back on the road, and we are going to be home soon, so we are off the road. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.